Hello everybody, my name is Alex and welcome to another Civilization 6 video. Yes, Civilization 6 New Frontiers Pass is well up and running. Today we got the Maya revealed, so I thought, let's break it down. My internet's a bit crap today, I'm working on a hotspot, so I apologise in advance, but oh, it's frozen. So what I'm going to do in this video is first and foremost is I'm going to break down this civilization, talk about the bonuses, unique abilities, all that good stuff, and try and come to an overall conclusion on how I think this civ will be played. What I will do along the way though is add little bits of history, reference Civ 5 because the Mayans were obviously in Civ 5, and talk about the direction of leaders a little bit in this game. Oh, I will also kind of look at some things you may have missed during the trailer, including a couple of new resources.
Lady Six Sky's rule of the Maya Empire established a new iron-willed dynasty. She used political savvy and ruthless warfare to bring dissenting city-states back into order.
That is a pretty good summary of exactly what Lady Six Sky did, and a big part of what Lady Six Sky did, but a couple of other things. She built great monuments, she participated in important ceremonies, and big victories over her enemies in battle, obviously to keep the Mayan city-states together sort of thing. One thing I thought which was interesting about her choice was that in Civ 5 we had Pakal, who I probably pronounced that wrong as well, but obviously a male leader. As we've seen in a lot of the Civilization 6 stuff, they want to bring kind of equal representation to historical figures in this game, so I'm not that surprised they went for a female leader. That's kind of even less surprising when you think of the other civ in this pack is going to be Gran Colombia, and Simone Bolivar is definitely going to lead that civ. I mean, who else could it be? So I'm not surprised they went for a female leader, and this one is quite interesting.
Lady Six Sky's unique ability is Ish Matulahau. This boosts the strength of all units and yields near, but not owned by, the capital. It also means cities placed further from the capital receive reduced rates on all yields.
So this is quite an interesting, unique ability, and there's two big things I picked out from it. So firstly, non-capital cities within 6 tiles of the capital gain plus 10% to all yields. The percent there is massive, because obviously the bigger the yields get, you're getting 10%, so it's always a portion. And the bigger the yield gets, the bigger the bonus will get, so 10% is important. But you do get minus 15% to all yields for cities that are further away than 6 tiles. So basically, if you're founding a city, it needs to be within 6 tiles of your capital to get good bonuses. Otherwise, you're actually facing negative effects. Another part to this is that there is also plus 5 combat strength for units within 6 tiles of the capital. You can see what's going on here. This is very much a civ where you're going to want to put your capital city in the center of your empire and build the other cities around it. And also, you're going to have to play tall as well. It's so obvious with the bonuses from this civ. It's encouraging you to go tall. If you start trying to go for a wide civ, you're facing actually negative penalties. From a historical viewpoint, I actually quite like this bonus. It resembles the close-knit network of cities that the Mayan Empire was. So, like, you've got to found all your cities very close. So, I like it. It resembles it. Because the Mayan Empire was just a series of big, powerful cities. And this is very much going to be that. By the way, if you are enjoying this video and want to see me talk about all the other civilizations and stuff like that, do make sure you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends as well, check out the other stuff we do, and subscribe to the channel.
Maya don't gain extra housing from settling adjacent to freshwater and coasts. Instead, their unique ability, Mayab, provides farms with additional housing and gold, as well as additional amenities for every luxury resource next to the city center.
So the unique ability for the civilization is Mayab, which is quite an interesting one. So first and foremost, the Maya don't gain additional housing from settling next to freshwater and coast. Now, obviously, a lot of the time with your cities, you're going to want to place them next to freshwater and coast. There's no point doing that anymore. Now, instead of getting these bonuses to housing, which you'd usually go looking for, what happens in the Maya's case is that instead, building farms next to the city centre provides additional housing. Now, I brought this down a bit, and it looks like instead of getting just 0.5 housing from a farm, you get an additional 0.5, which means plus 1 housing from every farm that's adjacent to the city centre. You also get bonus gold. It looks like 1 gold from every farm that's adjacent to the city centre, so you are going to want to build farms next to your city centre. The second part of this unique ability is that you get +1 amenity for every single luxury resource next to the city centre. Now, I looked at this and it doesn't even seem that the luxury resource has to be worked. So if you just found it next to the furs like they have done on this game, it looks like you'll get an extra amenity. When we're breaking this down, there's a couple of things to look at here. Firstly, because you don't get the bonuses to be next to fresh watering housing, for example, it's quite clear you've got more freedom to go and found your capital city somewhere where it can be a centre point. That is the key thing with your capital city when playing as the Mayans. You need it as the centre point so that around that you can build other cities. And obviously if you had to worry about fresh water and stuff, it wouldn't be as easy to do that. That's obviously also made easier because you're going to look for a centre point where you can build lots of farms around, or at least a couple of farms, and a luxury resource. And then within 6 tiles in every direction, you're going to want to build other cities. You're going to have to play tall. It's that simple. It does help you play tall, giving you the extra amenity from the luxury resource, giving you the extra housing from farms that are adjacent. My only concern was, does this make it difficult to go for farming triangles? Obviously, farming triangles would massively help you play tall, so you're going to have to think of the trade-offs of where you're building your farms. That's just something I thought was worth noting.
The Maya can build the Observatory, a unique district that replaces the campus. The Observatory boosts science production and gains adjacency bonuses from farms and plantations.
Now moving on to the unique district, which is the Observatory, I do have a couple of thoughts. Firstly, from an historical point of view, I do like the concept. The Mayans were very much a scientific civ, an advanced civilization, so I do like that. Also, with the observatory, is that kind of a little nod to their calendar and their astrology, stuff like that. So I do like that they've included this and embraced that part of the civ. In regards to how it will work in the game, the district replaces the campus. It varies from the campus in the way that it grants a minor adjacency bonus with farms. So you can see I've left the screenshot up here, which I'll try and zoom in on, but it's +1 science for every 2 adjacent farms, and a major adjacency bonus for every plantation. As you can see again, it's +1 science for every adjacent plantation tile. Now, I'm a little bit mixed on this. Overall, I think it's okay. It's an okay district. But there is going to have to be some absolutely crazy city planning to getting the max out of this. I think the Mayans are shaping up to be a civilization where you're working within a limited area, like pretty much 6 tiles out of your capital city, and probably a few more for your other cities to expand. But you're going to be working in a pretty small area where the placement of farms and the placement of things like observatories are gonna be the sort of things which really influence your game. City planning, if you are not good at it, just play as somebody else maybe, because this could become a nightmare. But then again, it could actually be a fantastic learning experience for people who aren't so good at city planning, like me. Now, on the adjacency bonuses themselves, so pretty much the unique one, the +1 science from the plantation tile I think's nice. I think that could work quite well, and you might actually shift the location of an observatory to get that +1 science. On the farms, I feel like having 2 farms adjacent to your observatory could be difficult. I always and will always pretty much look for mountains and stuff like that when I am trying to find a campus. I'm not going to be planning my campus around farms. I just don't think I will be. I feel like I'm still going to be looking for the mountain locations, even the plantations. So, it's a nice bonus. I think, like I said, there's going to have to be a lot of city planning. I'm not convinced it's crazy strong, or for me personally, I'm going to be drawing massively on it. But then again, it depends what terrain you dealt with, doesn't it? If you dealt with lots of terrain for farms, suddenly this is going to be way more useful. If you've got nice mountains near you, you're probably going to be less bothered.
The Maya unique unit is the Hul'che. This ranged unit replaces the archer and has a higher base strength. They also get extra combat strength when attacking wounded units.
So the Mayan unique unit is the Hul'che, which I quite like. I think this could be quite powerful in the right scenario. So just like in Civ 5, they have a replacement for the Archer. Now this unique unit has a stronger base strength, so whereas the Archer's base range strength is 25, for this unit it's 28. The Hul'che also receives bonus combat strength when attacking a wounded unit. Now if you zoom in you can see that this is +5. So if you attack a wounded unit, that is an additional 8 combat strength than what you would get with an archer, which I think's quite good. So on top of that, if you do attack within 6 tiles of the capital due to the unique leader ability we talked about earlier, then that will give you another 5 combat strength. So when you add all that up, if you attack an offensive unit, for example, you're next to, I don't know, Rome or someone who's attacking you, if you attack one of the Roman units with the Hul'che, and you're within 6 tiles of the capital, you could suddenly end up doing them 38 range attack, which is a lot, especially when you consider that the crossbowman only does 40, so this is only 2 weaker than a crossbowman once you're attacking a wounded unit, and if you're within range of your capital. I think this works quite nicely with the Mayan Civ as a whole, because it's shaping up to be a close-knit group of cities, and if you can use this unique unit, it's going to be a great defensive unit. So just to end the video, I wanted to talk about a couple of other things which I noticed. So firstly, we have some red corn here, which I think is a new bonus resource, so we noticed that. And also, if you look up here, where my mouse cursor is, we have bees. You can tell that that's a beehive back there. That's giving a yield of 2 food, 1 production, 2 gold. And I'm presuming that will also give a luxury resource of honey, perhaps? Maybe that's what we're looking at there, but a couple of other things I noticed there. Overall, though, I think the Maya are going to be a bit of a different Civ to play. A lot of the time I play wide on Civilization 6, but it's quite clear that with all the bonuses, you're going to have to build a close-knit civilization of big, powerful cities. You're not going to want to spam the map with lots of cities, you're going to need to build tall. You're going to want to get that unique unit out as quickly as possible to defend from aggressive civs that might be on your borders, but I think once you do that, once you establish yourself, if you can make the most of the farming and city planning, then the Maya do look like a civ capable of pushing on quite well with science. So that's where I think I'd be angling my civilization if I was playing as the Maya, a tall civ and probably aiming for a science victory. Okay, so that was one of my first attempts at a proper civilization breakdown. So what did you think? Did you think I did a good job? And also, what did you notice about the Civ that maybe I didn't mention? Let me know down in the comments. It would be fascinating to talk to you down there. Now, if you have enjoyed today and want to see me cover lots more Civ stuff, which is what I'll be doing, please do remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. My name is Alex, and I'll see you in another video soon.